Mario Party! Our first stop is DK's Jungle Adventure. On to the sweetest board of all, Peach's birthday cake. Time for Yoshi's Tropical Island. Welcome to Wario's Battle Canyon. Luigi's engine room is complex to say the least. Mario's Rainbow Castle may seem quite fluffy and carefree compared to the other boards, but it can dish out some serious punishment at times. Bowser's Magma Mountain is not a fun board to play on. The final board of this title is Eternal Star.
Yar, it's time to find some booty in Pirate Land. Here's the space
Oh god, this is gonna be terrible.
It's time to find some booty in Pirate Land.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to Western Land. Zoomzak here. Zoomzak here. Do you read? We've arrived at Spaceland. Is this thing picking up? I sure hope so. This is Mysteryland. Here's the space lineup. Prepare to enter your nightmares in Horrorland. Here's the space lineup. Let's finish off the boards with Bowserland. Jeez, it's really cold. We're entering chilly waters. We've dived into deep Bloober Sea. Here's the space lineup. So hot. Guess I should have expected this. It is Spiny Desert after all. Here's the space lineup. Woody Woods. Not too cold, not too hot. It's just right. Here's the space lineup. Hello? Hello? Oh, there you are. We're traveling through Creepy Cavern. Not the most welcoming place, is it? Here's the space lineup. Here we are at Waluigi's
Waluigi number one.
Here's the space lineup. It's crazy down here at Toad's Midway Madness. Koopa Seaside Soiree is the place you want to be if you're down for luck-based junctions. Oh, you don't want the path you take to come down to a coin flip? Well, too bad! Don't forget to stop by Goomba's Gree Gala, which is true to its name. Bowser's Gnarly Party is pretty gnarly. Now, it's about time we take a trip to Toy Dream. Here's now entering Rainbow Dream. Here matey, you thought pirates were done with in Mario Party 2, but they're back with Pirate Dream. We're diving into the Undersea Dream. We've blasted away to Future Dream. I hope you're hungry. We're entering Sweet Dream. Bowser Nightmare. Looks like we've fallen into Towering Treetop. We are now entering Egad's garage. If this place is his garage, then I can't fathom what his house looks like. It ain't so fair over at Fair Square. Things are a bit shaky over at Snowflake Lakey. Say hey to Castaway Bay. It's time for Clockwork Castle. We've sailed into Grand Canal. Here's the space lineup. You've arisen to Pagoda Peak. Here's the space lineup. You've traveled to Pyramid Park. Here's the space lineup. Now arriving at Neon Heights. Your next stop is at Windmillville. To your demise, we're taking a detour to Bowser's Enchanted Inferno. Had to scream it since the exclamation point is a part of the board's title. We've climbed up to DK's Treetop Temple.
Matey, we've arrived to Goomba's Booty Boardwalk. Here's the space lineup.
We found ourselves in King Boo's haunted hideaway. Do you have any idea what we're about to get ourselves into here? Welcome aboard to Shy Guy's Perplex Express. We've driven into Koopa's Tycoon Town. Here's the space lineup. You've been pulled into Bowser's Warped Orbit. We've sprouted up into Wiggler's Garden. Join the band at Toadette's Music Room. We've climbed up to DK's stone statue. Keep your voice down. We're in Kamek's library. We got launched into Bowser's pinball machine. We've driven down to Toad Road. We've broken into Bomb Factory. Here's the space lineup. We've stumbled into Boo's Horror Castle. Here's the space lineup. We've swam down to Blooper Beach. Here's the space lineup. We've fallen down into Magma Mine. Here's the space lineup. We've flown into Bowser Station. Here's the space lineup. We've been invited to DK's Jungle Ruins. Here's the space lineup. We've taken our morning constitutional down the Perilous Palace path. We've scaled up to Bonsai Bill's Mad Mountain. Here's the space lineup. We've flown to Starcross Skyway, here's the space lineup. We've blasted onto Rocket Road, here's the space lineup. We've come aboard onto Kamek's Carpet Ride, here's the space lineup. We've entered Shy Guy's Shuffle City, here's the space lineup. We have not climbed up to Bowser's Peculiar Peak, and this is not the space lineup. Everything's backwards here, because reaching the goal first means you lose, and whoever's the furthest away when the unlucky soul loses is the one who wins. We've entered Mushroom Park, here's the space lineup. We've made our way to Haunted Trail, here's the space lineup. We've swam down to Whimsical Waters, here's the space lineup. We've flown up to Airship Central. We've been dropped into Chaos Castle, here's the space lineup. We're back at Mushroom Park, Bowser Party Edition. We've swam back down to Whimsical Waters, Bowser Party Edition. We've re-entered Chaos Castle, Bowser Party Edition.